eternal cycle of birth and rebirth? Answer. The Bhagavad Gita says, as in this body, the embodied soul passes through childhood, youth, and old age. In the same manner, it goes from one body to another body. Therefore, the wise are never deluded regarding it. Chapter 2, verse 13. Dehino asmin yata dehe komaram yovanjara tata dehantar prapti dira tatra muyati. In the same chapter, Krishna says, as man casts off worn-out garments and puts on other new ones, similarly, the embodied soul, casting off worn-out bodies, enters other bodies which are new. Chapter 2, verse 22. Vasansi jirnani yata vihaya navani grinati naro aparani yata sharirani vihaya jirnanyani sanyati navani dehi. Every living entity is an individual soul. Each is changing his body every moment, or nature or the cosmic law brings changes to the physical body. The soul grows in and through different bodies to reach to its final salvation, moksha, mukti, liberation with the union with Absolute Self, Paramatma. Where can we get divine experience? Answer. Though Himalayas in general and Mount Kailash in particular, banks of rivers in general and that of Ganga in particular, Tirthas and Shakti Pitas in general and Haridwar, the door of Brahma, and Kamakya in particular, Jyotirlingas in general and Somnath in particular are treated as the places where one can easily get the divine experience. But all places are sacred, and one can get divine experience at any one place under the sky. Solitude is preferred, but not essential. It can be cultivated or harvested field, barren or grassy land, a garden or an orchard, sandy place or stony land. Divinity flows everywhere, and one can get it with effort, but more often without effort, effortlessly. Hello, Cool Chaya, peace be upon you. Question. Who can get divine experience? Answer. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, verses 13 to 14, Bhagavan Krishna says that some persons are dear to him. Such persons can easily get divine experiences. He who has no ill will to any being, who is friendly and compassionate, free from egoism and self-sense, is even-minded in pleasure and pain and patient, who is ever content, self-controlled, unshakable in determination, with mind and understanding given up to me, he is dear to me. When a person has self-control, he won't do anything illegal and immoral. He will be pure at heart and compassionate towards other beings and treat them as beings like him. Such persons live a contented life and do only good to others. They can get divine experience easily. There is no question of divine experience if there is impurity, misdeeds, lust, greed, jealousy, and violence. When a man has compassion for others, God has compassion for him. Pure cosmic energy fills a pure person. Universal benevolence, uprightness, wisdom, satisfaction, and quiet happiness and gentleness are needed. If otherwise, spirituality or divine experience is a mirage. Those who have divine experiences can be liberated as they fulfill numerous conditions, but the most important factor is that he or she should not get disturbed at happiness or distress. Gita chapter 2 verse 15. Na hina vyatayantyete purusham Purusharba Samdukka Sukkam Dhiram So Amritatvaya Kalpate. O best among the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress, and is steady in both, is certainly eligible for liberation. It is quite obvious that such persons can get divine experience and are liberated. Question: how difficult is it to get divine experience? Answer: there are just 3 steps to divine experience. It is very close and very near. But the steps are not ordinary steps. For the human beings, they are the Vaman steps, the 3 steps that can measure and cover everything. The first step is Asato Ma Sadgamaya, shake off impurity and go towards and achieve purity. People try for Navada Bhakti, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gyan Yoga, and numerous other things. They all aim at purity. Each such thing is done as a part of the first step to achieve purity. All the roads of life and spirituality lead us towards purity, and all the wholesome deeds are performed, sublime pursuits are followed for it. The second step is Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya. From darkness one must come to light. From ignorance one must endeavor to get wisdom, revelation, enlightenment. For that light numerous other steps are taken, pilgrimages are visited, prayers and obeisance are offered, parikramas are completed, charity and offerings are performed, moral codes are followed, meditation and penance, yagyas are performed and scriptures are studied, and life is lived accordingly. That way light comes to mind. The person is ready for the third step, Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya, from mortality to immortality, from death to a state of deathlessness. Utmost care is taken. What to say of mistakes? The very idea of mistakes are obliterated. Only then one becomes Brahmaleen, and the endless cycle of birth and rebirth takes its full turn and vanishes. The soul takes rest and enjoys the eternal bliss as a Brahmamaya soul. It is very difficult to attain this state with material longing, worldly enchantments, and fascination for physical pleasure and satisfaction, but it is very easy with purity, morality, contentment, sacrifices, love, and compassion for all, yet with detachment. When one tries one's best to ensure the safety of elements and beings, and guarantees the continuity of life in one's limited ways, strength and actions, the final moksha is achieved. Question: why should we not have affection and attachments in the face of the things and persons and relations we like? Answer: whatever is there in the universe, whatever we are able to see, feel, envision, and hear about is created by Brahman and belongs to Brahman. Brahman is at the root of all, the basis of all, the controller, master, authority of all, and he has devised a system of which we are but a tiny part, for the birth, death, living, sustenance of all. Our duty is towards all because we have our duties towards our Maker, who has made all things great or small. In the very first shlok of Ishavasya Upanishad, it is made clear: whatever is there in the universe is created by the absolute Brahman. Use and utilize them with discretion and detachment, but don't get attached to them. Gita chapter 2 verse 64 reaffirms it in its own way. Ragadvesha vimukte tu vishayan indriyaishcharan atmaveshya vidyatma prasadam adhigacchati. A person free from all attachments and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain complete mercy of God. The point is that if we have affection for a few and attachment to some, we won't be just and dutiful to others. We won't fulfill all that is needed. So we have to be free from attachments and affections. We have to sustain our life with the bare minimum and save the rest for others to come. Those who are born will die someday, but those who are yet unborn must get all the prerequisites for taking birth. If further birth is denied, the continuity of life will be broken. Our existence, the existence of all living beings, depends only on procreation and nothing else. And procreation depends on many things, known and unknown, that the Brahman has created for the purpose. We have to see our real purpose in life, not the purely temporal. Keeping that end in view, we have to be detached and free from affections, despite the fact that love, compassion, pity, sympathy, attraction, and fascinations are there. The immediate purpose should not be given preference over the true and eternal purpose. Our present action must be something that helps in the fulfillment of the greater purpose. The whole world is suffering because of that attachment. We are attached to our wealth, factories, machines, things of luxury, so much so that we are blind towards the pollution, and the latest effort at Copenhagen was a total flop because none of the representatives were ready to do away with the pollution-spreading machines, vehicles, means of other transports and factories. It is because of affection and attachment that we are blind and destroying recklessly the most important life-giving and life-saving gross and essential elements like air, water, space, earth, and sky. We have to reduce the number of satellites in the exosphere to the small scooters to reduce different pollutions. That's all for today, guys. Thanks. Peace be upon you.